Dr. T. We're Group 6 and we did Sears. I'm Mia and I did diagnosis.
I'm Autumn and I did the solution.
I'm Bryce, I did action.
I'm Michael and I did the evaluation.
I'm Chandler and I did the abstract.
Let's get into it.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
It's alright. I just lost my job, so
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, sucks. But what you gonna do?
Yeah. So you gonna try to apply somewhere else now?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Have you heard of any places hiring?
I think Walmart maybe. McDonald's. Sears is hiring.
Yeah, actually, I just heard about that one. What do you think?
I don't know.
Sears? I think I know a thing or two about Sears. Okay, so if you're wondering if you should apply to Sears, let's take a little look. Okay, so the first flaw in Sears and why they started their decline was the poor CEO management style. So in 2013, Eddie Lampert took over as CEO of Sears, and he came in as a finance man without much retail experience, which was kind of one of his first flaws. He came in and decided to not update a lot of their stores while their competitors did. So they updated technology and a lot of their retail. Then when they realized that they weren't making as much of profit, Eddie Lampert thought it would be a good idea to sell some of their stores for money. Instead of selling their stores that were declining, he's actually sold their most profitable real estate, which made them into an even farther deficit for their profit. They used to have 3,500 stores, and at the moment now they only have about 900. They didn't have enough money to keep it going and ended up having to declare bankruptcy. Another reason that they were declining is extreme product diversity. So they merged with Kmart, which was also declining at the moment, and really just set both of them apart and made them both just go on a steady slope down. They were appealing to a large target market. At first, Sears was only applying their target market to middle-aged men, and that's why they sold more appliances like Kenmore. And then they realized that they wanted to apply it to women and men, and that's why they started making clothing and trying to set themselves apart, which actually was the reason for their failure. When they tried to set themselves apart by being so diverse, it actually made them too diverse, and they lost their sense of brand image. They no longer are known for those appliances that they were known for at one time, and now they don't have a specific thing to be known for by other people.
So some ways to improve the management styles would be having, unlike Eddie, have a strong leadership quality such as pleasing customers, employees, investors, and keep up with legal expectations. And make sure to have a functional and enjoyable work environment, because if your employees are discontent, then they're going to have incompetent working habits, and then you won't be able to retain employees, and you'll have to spend more money being able to keep them in and pay more money on training. And you also want to make sure that your whole company has mutual knowledge, whether it's with the strengths and weaknesses, the company's progress and goals, and knowing when to enter a market and when not to, and they need to be able to set themselves apart from others. So some ways to solve bad product diversity habits are just to be aware of getting too narrow or too broad with your products that you're selling, because you don't want to lose any customers or your inventory to get just too narrow, so there's not many people that come to your business anymore. You want to have a specific target market, whether it's an age group, gender, race, or etc., and you want to be aware of getting too broad, which is considered over targets, where it's just one specific set of customers that come in.
So some of the management resolutions are, first thing is you have to get rid of the bad. You need to get rid of your bad managers. Then you want to find managers that really understand people that can connect with them. Find managers that check in on their employees and that care for them. Employees want managers that actually care how they feel, not just like they're there to make them money. You also find managers who can push employees to go beyond their limits, but also not push them too hard where they'll just quit on you. You need to find a manager that is more open-minded to the employees and let them have a say and not be a dictatorship. And managers need to know when to hit the pedal and sometimes when to slow down. Some ways to improve quality of the life of the workers is to allow the workers to have more say in the meetings. Have the middle and top managers be very more vocal with employees and just see how they're doing. And then improve the working conditions. One of the bad things about Sears was the working conditions weren't good. So Sears needs to invest more into their conditions to improve their workers' quality of life. And then also reward the good employees for good work ethic and behavior. And then just have small talk, ask them how they're doing and what they do for their hobbies.
If you're going to apply to a company, you're going to invest your time. And if you're investing your time into your own and evaluate what the company is and how successful it is. Part of that is evaluating what the employees think of the company, evaluating the stock of the company, and comparing it to other companies that are in the same type of industry. For this, we compared Sears to Walmart. Walmart is one of the best in the business at retail right now, and Sears has been consistently failing and not doing as well as other companies. For what employees think of it, I used Glassdoor, and when you compare Walmart to Sears, Sears is lower in absolutely everything. It is close in the ratings of what people think of the company. The approval of the CEO is almost half as bad, or 50% worse, and the recommend to a friend is 30% compared to 50%. So most workers wouldn't recommend this job to a friend. And if you look at the stocks of Sears compared to Walmart, Sears has been studied at about 70 to 90 million, and Walmart has been increasing from about 170 to 422 million. So if you were to try to find a job at Sears, you might not want to, because in the long term, it is not as successful as a company compared to something like Walmart, and you might want to invest your time into something like Walmart.
To wrap it up, as a friend, I'd suggest that you don't apply to Sears. They brought on a struggling CEO in a difficult time and attempted to become more diverse, and it backfired on them. They need a more qualified CEO and to stick to their brand. They really need to involve their employees more in the company, set goals, and learn to measure their success. So have you rethought your decision?
I thought about it, and I don't think I want to apply to Sears just because of all the bad manager and it going bankrupt and all
Yeah,
that.
it's understandable. I read on a review somewhere they don't really care about their employees that much. And not really
I
treat
heard
them
that
well.
too, actually.
Yeah, I looked it up online, and there's some terrible reviews about Sears. There's this one talking about how the holiday pay is terrible, and it's not even worth working there during the holidays. And if you're a part-time worker, they treat you terribly, and until you get tenure in the company, it's not even like you're being treated like an equal employee.
Oh wow, is that Glassdoor?
Yes, it's Glassdoor.
Man, I heard that's really reliable.
It is.
Yeah, well, definitely not applying to Sears.
That's good. I would recommend Walmart, and so would 51% of their workers compared to 31% of Sears' workers.
Hey, didn't you used to work at Sears?
Yes, I did 2 summers ago.
Oh, yeah? How was it?
It was an awful experience. I had a terrible manager. It was basically a dictatorship, and the employees had no say whatsoever in the company.
Really? What would you have changed?
Definitely would have changed to the top managers and given more of a say to employees. I would have changed the working conditions as they were not very good. I would say that I would change the way we approached our products, as our competitors such as Best Buy and Walmart were just running laps around us.
Did you feel like you were part of the company at all? Or
No, I did not.
yeah, I had jobs where I definitely never felt like I was like a real asset to the company. So I just quit.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most important parts. I don't know how they expect their employees to work hard for them if they don't even care about them.
So all in all, I mean, we're just going to say that it's not the best idea to apply to Sears. I mean, based on all of the history that they've had, the management, the CEO, it's just not a great combination altogether. You might be better off applying to Walmart or Best Buy or just a more successful company. That's all we got.
What is that even going on?
I don't
Alright,
know.
how are you?
I kind of panicked. Alright?
Good. I'm gonna apply to Sears. Awesome.
Sears. Well, I actually did a presentation on what is. Like, what do I even say?
Just
Yeah.
like actually,
I actually-
Like, just be like, oh,
If you're evaluating a company, damn, I'm gonna restart.
I know.
they need a more qualified CEO, and they need to stick to their brand. Shit, I got started.
Wait, that you
You're
were,
good.
yeah, what?
To wrap it up, as a friend, I'd suggest that you don't
I didn't realize.
their brand. Involve employee. God damn it. That's so hard for me.
Oh shit.
Thought you should have played out
Gonna apply to
beforehand.
Sears?
Yeah.
Definitely not gonna apply to Sears. Hey, didn't you used to work at Sears?
Yes, I did about 2 summers ago.
Oh, how was it?
God.
I forgot I was supposed to say that.
Yeah, I did 2 summers ago.
I know.
Oh, how was it?
I forgot. Hey, didn't you used to work at Sears?
Yes, I did 2 summers ago.
How was it?
Hey, that's it. Hey, hang on. Give me a couple seconds.
Remember, we're like, yeah, this will probably take us.
Be fun about
It's not
it
your Heidi.
and cap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Hyde.
Your
Heidi.
Heidi.
I swear he
Mr.
said
Heidi.
Sir Heidi when you said
I
it.
thought it was
Dr.
Heidi,
T.
What up,
but- What's
Dr.
up, Dr.
T?
T?
Should we just say that?
Yeah, do that.
All right.